So to give another example for our open system energy balance, this is the solution to problem 2.27. So daghan og estudyante na masayop ani niya because there are a lot of derivations. So this is quite a good problem to solve and to discuss since it involves energy balance, it involves mass balance, and it also involves some concepts in physical chemistry and basic inorganic chemistry. So para mo dagdag sa ato ang example. So try to see if you end up with the same answer as mine. Tanaw na to if you got the correct answer. So if you got the correct answer, then very good. Kay medyo tricky ni siya na problem. Dili ni siya sayon daghan og derivation. So let's try to discuss this problem. So in problem 2.27, we have a pipe. Now, somewhere along the pipe na ay gibutang na valve. So, na ay valve diha. Then, gipangutana sa atoa is, we are asked to calculate for the final temperature, or we are asked to calculate for the temperature of the fluid downstream from the valve. So, if you have read the problem, so this is our, these are our given information. So, ang mangsulod, our entering conditions, we have a diameter of 38.1 millimeter ang pipe. We have a pressure of 690 kilopascal. The temperature is 49 degrees Celsius. Then the velocity is 6.09 meter per second. Now for our exiting conditions, we are only given the pressure which is 138 kilopascal. Now remember that the fluid that is being used in this problem is nitrogen, N2 gas. Then we are asked to calculate for the temperature. The temperature downstream from the valve. So that is our required information to calculate. So going with our working equation, so first, so we assume a steady state operation, therefore accumulation is equal to 0. So we will end up with our steady state energy balance equation. Delta H plus delta PE plus delta KE is equal to Q plus W. So at this point, we need to identify which energy terms are present and which energy terms are actually equal to 0. So delta H, enthalpy, of course, there's a change in enthalpy. Then, the change in potential energy, that's equal to 0. Okay, we assume that the pipe is oriented horizontally, so there is no change in elevation. Then, we have change in kinetic energy, which is also present, since we have a flowing fluid. Now, we are given the velocity of 6.09 meter per second. Then, the value of Q is equal to 0. Kaya nag-ingon man ang problem na insulated. So that's why we need to be very careful with those single words lang, no, na sometimes kaya we only look at the values, we don't really read the problem carefully, na those single words could actually change the whole nature of the problem. So we need to be careful. Kanidiri sa problem, nag-state siya usa lang ka word, insulated. So, gikan pa lang sa word na insulated, so Q now is equal to 0. That's why we need to be careful. Kung tag-insulated, meaning, so, kung insulated siya, kaya di siya mo allow og heat flow from the system to the surroundings or from the surroundings to the system. So, therefore, Q is equal to 0. Then, the work is also equal to 0 because this is just a pipe. There are no moving parts or movable parts, so therefore work is also equal to 0. So we will end up with our equation. Delta H is equal to the negative change in kinetic energy. So mo ni ato ang working equation. Delta H is equal to negative delta KE. But we can further simplify, not really simplify, but we can further manipulate this equation. If we still recall, in our chemistry for engineers, the change in enthalpy or delta H, that's equal to Cp multiplied by T2 minus T1. Cp multiplied by T2 minus T1, where Cp, that's the heat capacity at constant pressure. So we can substitute that equation. So we can substitute. So this equation, padung diri sa atong delta H, will end up with this one. Then recall in physics, kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv squared. So both equations we substitute in our working equation, so we will end up with this equation. So mo ni ang itong equation to calculate for the temperature. Kay if kanilang atong gamito na equation, we can't really calculate for temperature because there's no temperature term in this equation. So therefore, there's a need to manipulate this equation in such a way that we can express enthalpy as a function of temperature, or we can express the equation wherein there is a temperature term. So this is our final working equation. So Cp, this is given in the problem. So T2, this is the one that is being asked. Then T1, this is given, 49 degrees Celsius. V1, or the inlet velocity, or the entering velocity, this is also given. However, we are not given the value of the exiting velocity. So therefore, in this equation, we have two unknowns. So dili pa ni nato siya masolba diretso kay duha man ang unknown, we only have one equation. So therefore, we need to have another equation. Kay di ba? If we have two unknowns, to solve the equation or to solve the unknowns, the value of the unknowns, we need two equations. So we need to find another equation. So to continue, we go back to our mass balance. So this will be our second equation. So remember na usara man ang mosulod, usara pud ang mogawas. Therefore, mass in is equal to mass out. So from our momentum transfer equation, so mass in for a fluid in a pipe, that is just equal to the density in, area in times velocity in. Therefore it should be equal to the mass out, density out multiplied by area out times velocity out. Then since this is a pipe, then therefore the area is constant. So wala man nag-state no na nikalit lang og kuan ang atong pipe, irregular di ang diameter sa atong pipe, or somewhere along the line kay ni-expand ang iyang diameter or ni dako siya. So wala man. So therefore the diameter in is just equal to the diameter out. So area is constant, therefore we can cancel this one out. Area in is equal to area out. Then manipulating this equation, expressing everything in terms of velocity out, kay di ba mao man to ang wala nato dire. We don't have V2. So therefore ato aning ikuan ang ato express it in terms of velocity out or V2. So V out is equal to rho in, density in, velocity in all over density out. So with the problem with this equation is we don't have density. Wala ta kabalo sa density. However, we can calculate for the density. Dito na siya automatic na kanisiya i-substitute nato sa atong working equation. Kaya kung i-substitute nato ni siya, mas mudaghan no ng unknown kay we don't have density in, we don't have density out. So kung i-substitute ni siya kaning V out diretso ani na equation na mas mudaghan ang unknown, imbis duha ra ang unknown mahimo na og tulo. Wala tay T2, wala tay density in, wala pa tay density out. So we cannot right away substitute this equation. So atong buhaton ani is we need to find another relationship in order to calculate for the densities. Now another important data given in the problem is that gi-state niya na PV over T is equal to constant, and that constant is equal to R, which is your universal gas law constant. So therefore, this relationship PV over T is equal to constant, that will tell us that the gas is an ideal gas. So kung ideal gas siya, therefore it follows or it obeys the ideal gas equation. So katong PV is equal to RT. Now, another trick ana niya is you can easily estimate the heat capacity at constant pressure Cp for ideal gases. So for diatomic gases just like nitrogen, So, ang iyang CP can be, if it's an ideal gas, okay, ideal gas diatomic, you can estimate the value of CP equal to 7/2 R. Then, the heat capacity at constant volume, CV, you can estimate that one 5/2 R. But remember that this is only true for ideal gases and if they are diatomic, just like nitrogen. So, since this equation will tell us that it's an ideal gas, therefore we can calculate the density using the ideal gas equation. So, from the ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. So, N over V, that's equal to P over RT. Now, to calculate for the density, ang N over V, diba, that's moles per unit volume. So, para mahimo siyang mass over volume, dapat ang N over V i-multiply nato sa molecular weight to convert the moles into mass. So therefore, ang density radii for an ideal gas, that's equal to N over V times the molecular weight. So N over V times the molecular weight, that's equal to the density. So therefore, since we know that N over V is equal to P over RT from the ideal gas equation, therefore PM over RT, that's also equal to density. So this is our equation to calculate for the density of an ideal gas. So rho is equal to PM over RT, where P is your pressure, M is your molecular weight of the gas, then R is your universal gas law constant, then T is your temperature. So as you can see, daghanag manipulation na dapat buhaton. That's why this problem is quite good. Ganahan ko niya kay daghan siyang manipulation. So it will actually test the understanding and the knowledge of the students. So careful lang ta sa units kay daghan kayo og terms. So remember that this is an equation, therefore this should be dimensionally consistent. So to continue, so mo siya no. So density in, that's equal to PM or P1 times M all over R T1. Then, our density out, same equation, naghihapon PM over RT. So, if you still recall, mo man itong working equation, katong ganina derived from our mass balance equation. So, velocity out, that's equal to density in times velocity in all over density out. So, naman tayo kuan din na density in over density out. So, kanay density in over density out, if we use these two equations, so ato na siyang i-combine, density in all over density out, that's just equal to PM over RT divided by PM over RT. So, kanay siyang nasa numerator, this is kanay siya, our entering conditions. Kaning nasa denominator, this is our exiting conditions. So therefore, ang value ready ay sa density in divided by density out, that is just equal to P1 times T2 all over P2 times T1. So mao ni ang value sa atong rho in over rho out. So ato ning i-substitute balik sa ato ang equation gi-derive from the mass balance. So kani i-substitute nato diri. So therefore, velocity out is just equal to P1 times T2 all over P2 times T1 times Vn, or our V1. So, as you can see here, ang atong V out diri na express na, or our V out or our V2 is already expressed in terms of pressure and temperature. Kay di ba ang ato ang gusto to mahitabuan ni is the whole equation sa atong energy balance kani siya. We want this to be expressed in terms of the unknowns. We want it expressed in terms of T2 para ma-solve na to ang problem. So na natay relationship. So we substitute this one kani ato ang our V out into V2 of our original energy balance equation. So going back here, this is our working equation. So CP multiplied by delta T, that's equal to negative 1/2. Then ato ang V2, that's equal now to V out. So V out. So kani siya, that's equal to this equation. So atong i-substitute minus V1 squared. Now if you notice here, tanaw na to kung na-express ba na to or naabata tanan given. CP nata. The final temperature, this is what is asked in the problem. T1, yes, given. P1, given. Then kani final temperature, this is what is asked in the problem. V1 given, P2 given, T1 given, V1 given. So given na tanan. So ang in this equation usara ang atong unknown. Ang atong unknown ra diri is only the final temperature. So good work to all of us na ato na manipulate ang equation. So mo na ni ang ato ang final working equation kanina siya, wherein we only have one unknown, which is the final temperature. So atong trabaho karon is we need to substitute our given information. But first, before we go to that one, you need to be very careful with the units because there are a lot of terms in this equation. So i-check na nato ang consistency sa iyang units. So kani siya CP is CP here, the unit for CP should have been joule per mole Kelvin. Kung i-multiply na to Kelvin, mahulog na ang left side na to, ang final units ani is joule per mole ni siya. Kani siya makancel raman ni dire ang P1 o ang P2 mag-cancel out na ng units, ang T1 pod and T2 mo cancel out pod na ilang units. So therefore ang atong final unit ani should be velocity squared, meter squared per second squared. So kani siya kay joule per mole. Ang final unit sa left side kay joule per mole, ang final unit sa right side is meter squared per second squared. Di pa siya consistent. But we can make it consistent by converting joule per mole into joule per kilogram. Kaya we know this relationship, di ba? This is Newton raman ni siya. Newton meter or joule. Diba? Joule per kilogram is just equal to meter squared per second squared. Okay, we know that joule is equal to kilogram meter squared per second squared. Diba? Mamani siya. The joule, which is the SI unit for energy, is just equal to kilogram multiplied by meter squared per second squared. Therefore, kung atong i-transpose on the other side, joule per kilogram is just equal to meter squared per second squared. So consistent na ang ato ang unit. So tanaw nato no kung sakto ba. Let's substitute our given. We know that for a diatomic ideal gas such as nitrogen, the value of Cp is 7/2 multiplied by R. So 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin. So matong ingon nako ganina, dapat mahimo kaning ang whole unit on the left side should be converted to joule per kilogram. Joule per mole pa man ni siya, di siya makonsistent kay joule per kilogram is equal to meter squared per second squared. So kaning ato ang right side, meter squared per second squared man ang final unit ani, ang left side dapat ma-joule per kilogram. Kani kay joule per mole per Kelvin, ika-multiply sa delta T, ma-cancel out ang Kelvin, mabilin joule per mole. So dapat i-convert na to ang joule per mole into joule per kilogram. So converting that one, we have 1 mole, that's 28 grams kay diatomic man ang nitrogen, 14 times 2. Then convert the grams into kilogram, 1,000 gram in 1 kilogram. So we will end up with joule per kilogram na siya. So then multiplied by the change in temperature, so the final temperature minus the initial temperature given in the problem, 322.15 Kelvin. Now that's equal to negative 1/2. Then the value of our pressure in 690 kPa, then the final temperature, then V1 that's given in the problem 6.09 meter per second divided by our exit pressure 138 kilopascal multiplied by our initial temperature, that's 322.15 Kelvin, then squared minus